All right, welcome everyone. My name is Kelly Sullivan. I am the Live Well Erie project coordinator here to help answer questions that you guys may have about the RFP. I kind of want to get this started just because we have so many folks attending. I want to make sure we can answer all the questions on time. So I just wanted to quickly go over the timeline for our RFP. So we posted the RFP on Friday, February 2nd. We sent out an email to all of our partners. We put a few ads into the newspapers, and then of course we posted it on social media. And then today is our informational session. And then on Thursday, we will be posting Q&As. So all the questions in this session will be answered and posted on Thursday, and a recording of this will be also sent out and posted as well. And then any requests for clarification must be in today to me by 4 p.m. I cannot answer anything after that deadline. So make sure any questions get entered in before 4 p.m. today, okay? Let's see. So today, since there's so many folks, I say that if you have a question, please unmute yourself and then say who you are, what your organization, who you're representing today, and then I'll answer, but we can also use the chat function if you're more comfortable with that. You can submit your question that way. And then you can also use the little raise your hand emoji down at the bottom, and I'll make sure I'll call on you if you have a question. I think that sums it up. So I think we'll just open the floor, get right into it. If anyone has a question, please feel free to speak.
We're like, wait, which one of us?
Sorry, can I just ask you, make sure everyone's muted? I think there's a few. Wonderful. All right. So whoever wants to go first. Yes, Ruth, I see you raising your hand.
Ruth, did you say Ruth Kelly? Hi.
Hi.
I'm introducing myself. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
And your organization.
Right. I'm Ruth Cleary. I'm the executive director of Ripen With Us Child Care Center. We are going to be celebrating 50 years in September.
That's great. Oh, do you have a question?
Well, yeah, do I belong to this organization? Because it said you can't submit unless.
Yes, you are official you're an official partner.
Okay. All right. So, no, I read it, but I'll wait and hear what other people might have as questions.
Sure, yes, no problem. Someone, Shannon, just submitted in the chat, can you review the basics of the RFP? Yes. So, again, you can find the RFP online, and I also sent it out to everyone with the link. So if you have any issues getting the RFP, please let me know and I'll send it to you. So yes, all proposals are due by February 23rd. We'll hopefully be awarding grantees by April of 2024. It depends on the review session. I think we have a lot of interest in this RFP, so it may take some time to review the proposals and get an answer out to you guys. So yes, each proposal must be prepared simply and economically, avoiding the use of an elaborate promotional materials. Nothing in that manner should be submitted. Your proposal must be comprised of 3 sections. Our first section is Appendix A. So it's the proposal to provide service, which is in the RFP. Our technical and organizational document is also in the RFP, and that lays out, get to it, that lays out what you need to answer in the technical and organizational section. So your organization's background, we need a summary of the organization's mission, goals, history, programs, major accomplishment and challenges. And then we need a project description. So briefly describe the proposed project, explain the significance of the project, describe the expected outcomes and indicators of the outcomes, describe who will benefit from this project, outline the strategy and timeline to be used in the development and the implementation of this project, describe how this project aligns with Live Well Erie priority areas, which are the goals, and then describe how this project will be evaluated. And then it's recommended to get a letter of support from Erie County Department Head or a legislator. So that is Appendix B, and then you're going to have the Appendix A signed, which is again in the RFP. And then section B, appendix B is assigned fiscal form and assigned budget form, which again is in the RFP. Appendix C is the most recent audit report prepared by an independent CPA, the most recent management letter, listing of officers and board of directors, and copies of the RS federal tax exemption determination letters. And then if not available, the latest tax return will be submitted in lieu of the audit report or management letter. So those are the three, and you have to submit them each separately in a different PDF form: Appendix A PDF, Appendix B PDF, and Appendix C PDF. You're going to submit that to me in an email. If you can't do an email, we're happy to take it by mail, so you can send that to me. It must be postmarked before February 23rd. And I think that kind of covers it.
Kelly?
Yes.
Hi, it's Robin. For Appendix C, so all of those items, all four of those items are required?
Yes. Again, if you don't have a management letter or a tax return, or a copy of the IRS federal tax exemption, we're happy to take a tax return in lieu of the management letter and the audit report.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For Appendix A, Section 3, the project description, it says 5 to 10 pages. Does it have to be at least 5 pages? Because mine's pretty simple and there's no way it's going to be, I would be just writing to write at that point.
Yes, I should have gotten rid of that. That's really up to you. As long as you answer all or you submit everything in that list, you're good to go.
Okay.
No matter how long it is.
Thank you, Kelly.
Shorter the better, maybe.
Okay.
All right, we have a question from Kim. The RFP indicates awards are 5,000 to 40,000, and the award can be 3 years. Is this award then the total 5,000
the ID number followed by pound.
year? Oop, I think someone is not on mute. Sorry, if you could just mute yourself. That is going to be the total. You have up to 3 years to spend this money on the project.
So just to clarify, so if I were to, that's over a 3-year period, or is it
Yes.
$40,000 each year for 120?
40,000 over 3 years.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I have actually another question.
Sure.
For Appendix B, the fiscal section, the budgeting, there was no fill boxes. So what I did was print it out and I hand wrote everything in because there's no fill boxes in that. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, and then secondly, for Appendix B, it says agency, which is obviously the name of our agency, the funding period, and then it says RFP number and name. Do you want the name of the RFP that we wrote for our organization in the name, or your RFP, or for this grant?
Our RFP.
Okay, and so what is so it'd be the Live Well Erie and then the RFP number.
Correct.
And we can find that online?
Yep, that is going to be right on the front of our RFP. The number's
Got
going to
it.
be right here, and then the title's right here.
Got it. Okay, just making sure I'm doing that right.
Sure. All right, any other questions?
Yes, is there a fillable form for the budget?
Oops, sorry, can you just say your name and what organization you're from?
Hi, this is Jennifer Majeski. I'm with Epic. Every person influences children.
Hi.
Thank you for having this today. We appreciate it.
Of course.
Is there a fillable form online for the budget?
No, we don't have a fillable form online. We just have the Appendix A and B that are separate in a Word document. But I will see if we can get a fill out form for that. I'm not sure if we can, but I'll see if we can get that. And if it is, I'll upload it onto our website.
Okay, so the Word document is
Yes, I have.
fillable?
Yep, if you go to the link, instead of clicking on the RFP, there should be 2 separate documents. They're going to be the Word docs for Appendix A and Appendix B.
Okay, great. And those are fillable.
They're not, I mean, yes, they're just not like the normal, like click on the box and then you can write it in, but yeah, you can fill it out on Word.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Is this a reimbursement grant or?
So yes, someone actually submitted that yesterday. I'm trying to get the answer from law. I just want to make sure I get a legal answer before I tell you guys that. But that will be posted in our Q&A on Thursday. Right, anyone else? Again, you can submit it in our chat. We have a few questions. All right, we have a question from Christina. Are any of the grant focus areas more heavily weighted for awards, aka capacity building and startup? No, I think they're weighted pretty equally for each of the project focus areas. I think that we have our scoring matrix, and I think we laid it out in the RFP. Just give me 1 second. What was that? Okay, so I have our scoring matrix is going to be as follows. The proposal will be scored based on the overall proposal, which is 30%, population and goals, which will be 30%, program plan and capacity is going to be 30%, MWBE and SDVOB participation is 10%, and that is 100%. Hopefully that answers that question.
What was the third thing? Overall proposal, budget goal.
Sorry, what was that, Kim?
Can you just repeat repeat the scoring more slowly, please?
Oh, yes, and it is in the RFP. It's going to be on page 7 under the evaluation process for everyone. We have the, let's see, the proposals will be scored based on the overall proposal, which is 30%, population and goals, 30%, program plan and capacity, 30%. And then we have our MWBE S and then slash SDVOB participation at 10%. All right, and then another question. What is the limit on the amount of organizations that will be funded? So that's a great question. It's really going to be dependent upon the selection committee. If you're submitting for if everyone's submitting for a proposal of 40,000, of course, we'll only be able to select 10 awardees. But if there are folks requesting for a smaller amount, there will be more folks awarded. And then we have another question by Debbie. Can funds be used for capital improvements and/or programming? Yes, we have this laid out in the scope of professional services required section. It's going to be section A, introduction. Projects that may be funded include, but are not limited to, community innovation projects used to increase collective understanding of an issue, generate ideas, and/or test and implement solutions. 2 is capacity building projects that strengthen an organization ability to fulfill its mission. Facilities and equipment grants, projects for purchase or improvements to long-lasting physical assets such as building, vehicle, or computer equipment. And startup grants, funding awarded to help launch a specified new project, program, or initiative. So capital improvements is included, as well as programming. Again, that is on page 4 of our RFP. Next question. If our agency applies for $40,000 to be used on a project that takes only 1 year, is that acceptable? Absolutely. We have up to 3 years. So you can definitely spend the money within that time period. How many awards are anticipated? Again, that's up to our selection committee. If we have everyone requesting $40,000 grants, we're going to only have 10, at the most 10 projects to be awarded. And then, can you repeat the scoring more slowly? I think that was prior to that. Hopefully you have the answer. If not, you can shoot me an email and I'll email that to you. Should a budget narrative be attached to Appendix B? Yes, you can attach that if you'd like. It's not necessary. That would be helpful to us, but again, not necessary if you don't have the budget narrative handy. Let's see. We have a question from Joe. Can you please explain the current contract column in Appendix B? Let's see. Current contract. I'm not sure what you're referring to. If you could just clarify, sorry. Joe Cavarata?
Yeah, so the appendix B is current contract and then proposed budget. Those two columns throughout. I understand like the budget that we're proposing for the, for the RFP, our budget would be on that, but I'm just not sure what current contract represents. Does that mean that we have a current contract?
Okay, where do you see current contract? Sorry, what page?
You just throughout appendix B, like at the, I guess the page it starts on 19. It's like direct program spent, current contract, proposed budget.
Let's see. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm not totally sure, but I will definitely get an answer for you, and we'll put it on the Q&A for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Sure. All right. For the sake of programming, is a child defined as anyone anyone under age of 18? Yes. Can someone send the link of the RFP? Absolutely. I'll put the link in the chat for everyone. Just give me 1 second.
Hi, this is Jennifer at Epic again. I'll just say that Appendix B, I've used those exact forms in the past, and it's if you have a current contract and it's getting a renewal. Like we've done it with Erie County DSS, and so it just sort of shows them the current contract, and then if you're proposing moving items through different line items, they can see it easier. But in this case, if you don't already have a contract, that would be 0. That's my understanding.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Yes, that makes sense. So then, yeah, if you don't have a current contract, then don't worry about it, which is going to be no one in this group. So maybe if we can amend that, I'll see if I can do that for you guys. All right.
Is it possible I could just follow up with that?
Sure.
Thank you. My name is Joe Cavaretta. I'm with the University of Buffalo School of Social Work. We do have a contract with Live Well, with the Live Well Erie program. I'm not sure if this was done. That would be applicable.
Oh, did you were you awarded back in 2019?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, then yes, you'll have to get a copy of your current contract.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And then if you need help with any of that, just email me separately, okay?
Okay.
All right. Jack has a question. Is it possible for our requested amount to be lowered to accommodate more organizations, or are we locked into the amount we asked for? Again, that is going to be up to our selection committee. They're going to review the proposals with the scoring matrix that they have. And again, it's going to be up to them to decide who they're going to give the award money to.
Hi, I just need some clarification on Appendix B. I know that Joe just talked a little bit about it, but I sat down with our bookkeeper and accountant, and they thought you were asking in the current contract, the contract that we had with Erie County in general. So we filled out all of our numbers with the contract that we have with Erie County currently. So that's not what it's asking. It's asking about if we have a contract with Live Well Erie. It's just unclear what they're asking.
Sure, so let me get a clear answer for everyone and I'll post it
Okay.
in the Q&A on Thursday,
Okay.
okay? All right, we have a question. Are you able to share who is on the selection committee? I'm not sure if I'm able to give that information out as of right now, but I do have, it is featured within our RFP, which department is going to be on the selection committee. Let me see, yes. So again, it's gonna be on page 7. It's gonna be under the evaluation process. I have complete proposals will be judged by a scoring committee. The scoring committee will consist of individuals from the Department of Social Services, Senior Services, Environment and Planning, Public Advocacy, and the Office of Health Equity. Okay, and the few things on the chat, again, I'll make sure I clarify the current contract question for everyone, okay? Ruth, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. On page 4, it says the facilities and equipment grants, projects for purchase or improvements to long-lasting physical assets such as a building, vehicle, or computer equipment. So I did mention that we've been in existence for 50 years, but we've been in this particular building for 25 years, and our one play yard needs to be replaced. So would that be covered?
Yes, it will be covered. Yes, this just has to be like a new, this can't be something that's already existing. If you need a new vehicle, we can, you can include that within your ask for the proposal.
Yeah, no, it's all new playground equipment and servicing.
Yep.
Yep, that's okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sure. Valley here, oh, sorry, hold on. All right, do we have any questions? Any more questions? Any questions about Live Well Erie? Again, all questions that have been submitted to me previously before today will be posted in the Q&A. I've received a few questions prior to this, so I'll make sure we get that information out to everyone as well, okay? Right, we have a question. Is there a copy of the reporting required for recipients for tracking purposes? Is there a copy? No, I'll have to clarify that for sure, but I think that it is going to be set up by the selection committee. I think they're going to decide what they want for people to be submitting if you are awarded. We'll make sure that we send you the information of what kind of report you are to give us for the updates for your project. Hopefully that answers that question. Meredith put into the chat, are we able to email you additional questions or has that deadline passed? Anything that is emailed to me before 4 p.m. will be included in the Q&A that I post on Thursday. So you have a little bit of time today to submit any more questions. All right, any other questions? Well, I'm happy to hang out until 11 o'clock, so if anyone has any questions, please stay on. If not, you guys are more than welcome to head out.
Thank you, Kelly.
Of course. Again, if anyone has any more questions, please reach out before 4 p.m. today, okay?
Thank you.
You said we can stay on the line though, right, to talk to you?
Yep, I'll be here
Okay,
till
yeah.
11.
So I did just put a question there. So it says, in alignment with the Live Well effort, proposers must incorporate one or more of the following 5 principles. So would modernization of service delivery be for the playground equipment?
Yep.
Although it says using information and communication technology to easily and efficiently deliver services.
Yes,
So
I'd say so, but you can also relate it back to the social determinants of health, that you're creating a better environment for your community, and you're improving access to playgrounds for all. That would be acceptable as well.
okay, thank you very much.
Sure. Any other questions? Any questions about our working groups or goals? Please clarify the email submission only is acceptable. You may email that to me, that is preferred, but if you are not able to email me, you are more than welcome to send it via mail. And it has to be postmarked before the 23rd. Christina, do you have a question?
Hi, yes, Kelly. Hi, I'm the executive director with the Just for Kids school age programs, and we run before and after school programs in the school districts. The capacity building projects, sometimes capacity building is defined in a variety of ways. For your purposes, besides just projects that strengthen an organization's ability to fulfill its mission, is that specifically tied to like payroll related to somebody taking on a special project?
Nope, that's not specifically tied to that. These are relatively broad, so you can just fit it into your proposal. Again, these projects are maybe funded include, but are not limited to. So it's very broad. You are welcome to use it however you see fit.
Okay.
That works with your organization.
So it wouldn't be a disqualifier if it was for a particular individual role to be created.
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Sure. Kelly, someone asked earlier, if children goes up to the age of 18, I'm wondering if they could actually be considered up to the age of 21, as that is the age of foster care system ends. Let me get some clarification on that, and I will update that in the Q&A for you, Stephanie, okay? All right, anyone else? All right, question from Lorenzo. The RFP mentions oral presentations can be arranged to elaborate on the proposals. How will those be set up? So once the selection committee is beginning to review your proposal, if they have any questions, I will be the one to reach out to you and help set up that time for you to come into the selection committee and present on your project. No problem. Again, everyone has until 4 p.m. today to submit any more questions, and I'll make sure we include those on the Q&A. And again, we will make sure that we send out an email to notify that the Q&A is up and posted, as well as the recording of this informational session. Mhm. Any more questions? Again, I'll stay on for a little bit. If anyone has any questions, or you can enter them into the chat. All right, we had another question about the tax exemption letter or the management letter. If you don't have your recent management letter, if not available, the latest tax return may be submitted in lieu of the audit report and or management letter. All right, any other questions? Again, everyone has until 4 p.m. today to submit any further questions regarding the RFP, and they will be posted with the Q&A on Thursday. Yep, our Q&A will be posted Thursday, probably be posted throughout the day, and then today's session will be recorded and sent out as well. All right, any further questions, you guys?
Ellie, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Okay, so again, what is the most recent management letter? What is that?
I think we have it laid out in here. Ruth, I'll have to clarify that for you. I want to make sure I'm giving you the right information. So I will post this with the Q&A, okay?
Okay, and then we do have the most recent audit report because our tax year was from October 1st, 2023 to September 30th, 2024. No, October 2022 to September 2023.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that I'm not understanding what the most recent management letter is.
Okay, yes, I will make sure that I clarify that for you and I'll post it on the Q&A, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
I really appreciated this meeting. I mean,
Of course, yeah, I know the RFPs can be pretty confusing at times, so
it is.
the county
So,
makes sure that we.
I may be emailing you with several questions more.
Sure, no problem. Yes, as long as it's before 4 p.m., we're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
We have another question. Are there any anticipated similar grant opportunities upcoming if an organization is not accepted to this one? At this time, I'm not familiar with any upcoming grant opportunities, but we'll make sure that Livewell Erie, keeps our partners in the loop about any other county opportunities. The county has this website for you to review all county RFPs, so you could pay attention to that. But again, we'll make sure that we send out any information to our partners regarding similar grant opportunities for you. Just give it a few more minutes and then we'll close the session. All right, guys, if there are no more questions, again, please feel free to email me by 4 p.m. today, and we'll include any of those requests for clarification or questions in our Q&A that will be posted on Thursday. Thank you all for attending. Hopefully it helped you guys answer some questions of your own, and I'm super happy to see all this interest in the RFP, so thank you.